Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I'm pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry.
So let's dive right in with a foundational truth from Europe Hotel School London. It says, without a structured pipeline, hotels risk operating blindly without revenue predictability. Think about that. Operating blindly. It's like being a ship's captain trying to cross the ocean with no map and no compass. That's the level of risk we're talking about here. A journey that's just full of guesswork, missed opportunities, and frankly, unpredictable results.
Okay, so to build our map, we're going to navigate through 5 key areas today. First up, we'll talk about the revenue engine to really understand the why behind all this. Then we'll look at how to find the fuel for that engine by sourcing quality leads. After that, we'll walk through the pipeline journey itself, step by step. From there, we'll see how to use it for forecasting future success. And finally, we'll uncover the data-driven advantage, which is what really separates the top performers from everyone else.
Right, Section 1, the revenue engine. We call it an engine for a very specific reason. A sales pipeline is so much more than just a list of contacts. It's really the core system that powers your hotel's entire commercial strategy. So what is this engine exactly? Well, it's a visual, systematic way to manage your sales process. It organizes every single prospect, it lets you track the progress of every deal, and, maybe most importantly, it acts as a kind of early warning system. It helps you spot those golden opportunities and identify roadblocks way before they can hurt your bottom line. Of course, every engine needs fuel, and for our sales pipeline, that fuel is leads. But listen, it's not about just getting more leads, it's about getting better ones. We're talking about sourcing quality leads that have a real, genuine potential to turn into profitable business. And these quality leads, they come from all over the place. You've got your corporate clients looking to book rooms for their executives, wedding planners searching for that perfect venue, and travel agents putting together group trips. A really valuable source is MICE, that's M-I-C-E, for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. These can be massive, high-revenue bookings. A truly strategic hotel never relies on just one of these channels. It builds a healthy, diverse portfolio of lead sources.
This brings us to a core principle. It is not about having the most leads, it's about having the right ones. You have to remember, a sales team's time is their most valuable asset. A pipeline isn't just a container, it's a prioritization tool. By figuring out which leads have the most potential and are ready to book, you make sure your team is focusing their energy where it counts, on the deals most likely to close. That's how you maximize your revenue.
Okay, so we've got our engine and we've got our fuel. Now let's actually map out the journey, that step-by-step process that takes a potential lead and turns them into a confirmed booking. Having these defined stages is what brings order and predictability to what can otherwise feel like a chaotic sales process. And this is that classic path. It all starts with the initial contact. Then you move into the needs assessment phase. And this part is absolutely critical. This is where you have to stop talking and start listening to truly understand what your client is trying to accomplish. Only then can you craft a proposal that actually speaks to their needs. If they like what they see, you'll enter negotiation, finalize all the little details, and then move to contracting. But it doesn't stop there. Consistent follow-up is what builds the relationships that bring in future business. Because without these clear stages, things just fall through the cracks. It happens all the time. Salespeople forget to follow up. Crucial details about a client's needs get missed. Proposals are sent out late. Each one of these small failures is like a leak in the system. And each leak represents lost revenue that a properly structured pipeline is designed to prevent.
Now this is where things get really interesting. This is where the pipeline goes from just being a management tool to being a predictive one. Its real power isn't just in tracking today's deals, but in accurately forecasting tomorrow's revenue. And this is the skill that turns a sales manager into a true strategic leader for the hotel. And this slide just illustrates the difference perfectly. On one side, you have guesswork. You're constantly reacting, always putting out fires, scrambling to fill rooms, and more often than not, missing your revenue targets. But on the other side, with pipeline forecasting, you have clarity. You can plan ahead, you can make strategic moves, and you can run your operation with a high degree of confidence and accuracy. It's a total game changer. And just think about what that means for the entire hotel. When you can forecast accurately, you can schedule your staff perfectly so you're not overstaffed or understaffed. It helps you manage your room rates dynamically to get the most revenue out of every single room. You can allocate your marketing budget with surgical precision, and you can make sure the entire operational team, from housekeeping right down to the kitchen, is ready for those busy periods. This brings us to our final and maybe most important concept: using data not just to predict what's going to happen, but to actively improve it. The best sales pipelines are living, breathing systems. They're constantly being analyzed and tweaked to get to peak performance and really gain that competitive edge. This simple table shows you exactly how that works in practice. By looking at your pipeline data, you can instantly see which market segments are doing well. So here, Mice business is growing. The action required? Obvious. Increase your focus there. But look, corporate accounts are declining. This data doesn't just tell you there's a problem. It tells you exactly where you need to look. Why is it declining? Is it our pricing, our service? Is there a new competitor in town? The data points you in the right direction. And when you put all of these pieces together, the engine, the fuel, the journey, the forecasting, and the constant optimization, the results are truly transformative. What you get is a sales team that works with a clear purpose. You get stronger, more consistent performance. And ultimately, you get better financial outcomes that benefit every single department and every single person in the hotel. So I'll leave you with this question. When you step into your first leadership role, I want you to look at the sales operation through this lens and ask yourself, which part of this engine needs my attention first? Is it about sourcing better leads, or maybe defining the stages more clearly? Or is it about leveraging data for optimization? Finding the answer to that question will be your first critical step toward building a powerful and predictable revenue engine. I wish you the best of luck.